And welcome to another edition of the No BS Duo Show with Will Frazier. And we will be online streamlining with a live performance from the one and only Mr. Jovan Chaney. Yes, the war cry baby. Good evening, and here's your host and hostess. Hey.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. How everybody doing?
Sis, how are you?
How's it going?
You doing good?
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
I know.
But I'm a good exhausted.
How was everything today at the
Yeah,
200
we had a
points?
good day today.
Okay. Y'all turned out?
They turned out. I don't even have really words to. I have words to express it, but I can't really even put it into words. It was amazing. I know you could feel the energy coming through the live, but to actually be there, it was amazing.
Good.
It was emotional. It was very emotional because we came together for a common cause, and by us coming together for a common cause and seeing them playing and not seeing color.
You know, you did a live while you were there.
Not seeing color.
You did a live, and I noticed.
And the whole time I was there, I cried. The whole time I was there, I cried. The whole time. The tears was just falling uncontrollably. Now, yes, I'm an emotional person, but uncontrollably, they were falling because to be Black in America is not a crime. And we shouldn't feel as though it is. And the very people that help you to become successful and do the things you do is the one who knee and foot is in their neck. If there was no crime, there would be no need for cops. We do understand that. And no, not all cops are the same. But it's not even just the cops. It's just the mere fact of it don't even have to be them against us. It's us against us. But today, we were together as one unit, one sound, one band. And they were playing like they knew each other forever. And they didn't. Some of them had just met. Some of them never saw each other before, never met each other before. And they were playing like they had been playing together for years. All different ages, all different colors, all different ethnicities, all together as one. We were just one. We were just one. And it was seamless and it was working together. And it was just amazing. I mean, I know that's not what tonight is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about a happy occasion, but tonight it was It was amazing. And I'm glad that he was given the vision to make this happen. And the people were able to answer the call and come out and play. And it was great. It was great. It was great.
Well, I wish I was there, but I had family commitments to do. But I did watch your live from it, and I did notice that you're right. There was no color there. You know, Mr. Bradshaw, he had a band of people, all diverse, all like you said, all ethnicities and all that. And if you're right, if we didn't need, if certain events didn't happen, there would be no need for that. But things happen, and people are tired. You know, we've been tired for a long time, and I'm not going to dwell on to that, but we all know we've been tired for a long time, and now it's coming out. You know, a lot of people. I've read comments, and we're gonna get to our show, but I read comments that some people who are not awake put all on social media. Some people make comments because of the movement that's going on. They say, you know, why is other nationalities helping Black Lives Matter? I answered a couple back. I had to let them know that when Harriet Tubman and all that was doing a underground railroad and all that stuff like that, who do you think helped us get to where we need to be? It wasn't just us. It was other people. You understand what I'm saying?
It goes deeper
And
than that too.
huh?
It goes deeper than that too. Because when we
Yeah.
had the slavery bill, it was a white man that was assisting the black to get that law
Yes.
passed.
Yes. Yes.
White
So
preference is not just a new thing. It's not a new thing. It probably was called something different then, but the
right.
fact still remained it was white preference. And because of white preference, some white people saw us for us, not anything other than color tone. They saw us as a person. And I keep going back to Senator Lee. She said, until we start teaching officers and people of hatred that we are Americans and not colored folk, it
Correct.
won't be until then that things will change. So, you can say Luton did it, you can say boycotting did it. It forced it, it helped move it, but it's not until the mindset is changed and transformed. But I tell you
Right.
one thing, it was transformed today because before it even started, they had church. So they
That's
blessed the
I got you.
occasion. They blessed the occasion. And talking about blessing the occasion, I believe we're about to be blessed with our guests.
And
And let me
please,
see, is it him? Hey.
what's going on?
Hello. It is him. It is the war crybaby. Well, hello, Mr. War Crybaby. How are you
How
this
are you,
evening?
sir?
Well, thank you. How about yourselves?
We're good. We're good. We may need you to turn your volume up because you sound real distant.
Problem. All right. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better. Much better.
Perfect. Perfect.
Better.
Perfect.
So, you want to introduce the war crybaby, or you want me to introduce him?
Well, I put it to you like this, sis. I'm just getting to know you today, sir. So it's an honor for you to be on our show today. So thank you. I saw a video. You know what? I'm gonna let my sister introduce you, and then I'm gonna say what I got to say. But thank you. Thank you for coming to our show tonight. Shauna.
So let me tell you about this war crybaby. I think I'm gonna have to come up to the screen for this one. I don't usually do that.
Come up to the screen. Come up to the
I'm gonna
screen.
come up to the screen. I need to tell y'all about this war cry, baby. And y'all probably want to understand. You know what? No, I want to make him blush. Cause I'm trying to tell you, when I heard that doggone video, I was like, woo, woo, woo. Hold up. Whoa, wait a minute. Rewind that. Rewind that. Let me tell you about this war cry, baby. First of all, let me answer one question. Adrian, you would think I wouldn't have a voice. You really would. But when the power of the Lord touches things and touches places, you are immediately restored. I'm going to say that. All right. So back to this war, baby. So y'all know how y'all got the war cry? For all you church folk, y'all got that war cry. So I'm gonna give you an example. Oh, that's a war cry. And they get the clapping. Yes, yes, honey. This brother right here did a war cry for love. And I was like, wait a minute. Did he just go to church on me or did he just call for love? Which one did he do? Which one did he do? So, Mr. Jovan Chaney, some of y'all may not know the brother, but I'm going to tell you one thing. When he opens up his mouth, he comes out like it's a war cry. And after this interview is over, you're going to understand that, yes, he has been doing a war cry for love because we have not had love. We have not experienced love. And the love that we've experienced is not the love that Mr. Chaney here going to tell us about tonight. But yeah, y'all heard that I breathe his love. What he do? He said, oh, it's like, what? And y'all know who else did a war cry? And they fell out. The girl fainted. She didn't know what to do with herself. And I believe that was at the 5 Heartbeats. Remember when they played the music wrong? And he held that note and he started pointing and he held that note and his mother stood up and said, Jesus. But
You're
Jovan
talking
is
about
gonna make your music
you're
tonight.
talking about Eddie Kane. You talking about Eddie Kane, okay?
Yes, Eddie Payne came out like, whoa!
See, Mr. Chaney, that's why
You're
I
hard.
let her introduce you. I let her. I want you
Out
to.
in the house
I want
tonight.
you to hear her introduction.
And yes, there is a heart in the house tonight. And his name is Jovan. And he is going to tell us about the love that came from within his belly to say, I breathe this for you. So, welcome to Jovan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, everybody online is saying, hey, hey. Adrian is saying, hey. Some of y'all may even know him from the Claire Tavern. He's the one that steps up to the microphone, and everybody be like, who's this little guy? And don't let him have a hat on.
I
Put
have.
that little hat to the side. He took that thing to the side, and he turned his face away and come back. You be like, oh. And then he hit that note. You go, oh.
Mr. Chaney. What I was going to say, early this morning, because as we always do, we do research and stuff like that. So I was on YouTube. So I saw one of your videos, and I played it over and over again. It was when a woman loves a man, something like that, and you did it
Yes.
live. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I played it again. I know you flipped it when a man loves a woman, but you flipped it. I like your rendition of that song. So I was like, okay, because my sister, we sit and talk about the talent and stuff like that, and my sister was like, Jovan Chaney, you gonna love him, Will. This, and that. And I said, okay, because we've been having a lot of people come on our show, and my sister, she always educates me on what's going on. So when she tells me who's coming on the show and she breaks it down, because she gonna break it down. She gonna tell me from your birth to your to your to the middle and to the end. So when I like I said, as a person that I am, I enjoyed your video and I started listening to your other songs, Crime Love, stuff like that. So that's why I said I'm happy for you coming on the show tonight and having a new fan like myself, meeting you in person, it's an honor. So thank you.
Yes, it's truly an honor. Because when he called me to tell me that, so the reason how we found Jovan and how Jovan found us was he was the winner for the Thursday showcase on the AMJ Entertainment with his video "I Breathe Love," and so he called me and he was like, "Hi, is this Sean?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I wasn't prepared, and y'all already know if you call my phone and I don't have your number, I'm gonna treat you like a bill collector. And I'm gonna wait. I'm be like, all right, so what nationality am I going to play? Or am I going to pretend I'm deaf? Or I'm going to pretend I'm crazy? I'm going to pretend something because I want you off my phone. So I
And
was like,
she's gonna say, she don't live here. She don't live here.
I sure was. I was going to do the little something because I was like, who the hell is this on me line? And I don't know who this is. I was bringing Myrtle out. I was like, well, this is she. And he's like, this is Jovan. I'm like, who? He like, Jovan. I'm like, okay, hi. So now I'm like, how did this person get my number? How do they know my name? What's going on here? So he says, oh, I got my phone number from Andrea. I'm the winner for the showcase. I said, oh, well, congratulations. Okay. He said, I said, you know what? Before we do that, let me get the video. Well, before I could even finish, brother came out with this hat and he opened up his mouth and I said, come to the studio, come to the studio, come to the studio, quick. I was done within seconds of the beginning of the song. And then when he came on, I was like, didn't you sing at the Crab Tavern? He was like, yeah. I said, I know you. I said, wait a minute, that don't look like you right there. Who are you? But yes, he did that song "When a Woman Love." I mean, if R. Kelly ain't mad, he about to be mad because
Let's not
nobody don't
mention.
want to hear R.
Oh,
Nobody don't want to hear
let's
R.
not
Kelly
mention
right
R.
now,
Kelly right now. Let's just
and
keep that
nobody don't want to
quiet.
hear R. Kelly right now. I ain't mad. I'm mad at R. Kelly, but I ain't mad at the artist. I'm gonna say that y'all can feel any
Okay,
type of way
okay.
y'all want to, because my
His
thing is,
body of
don't
work.
kill the messenger. Don't kill the
Listen,
mess. Don't kill the message.
it's his body of work. His body of work. Okay? Like
I'm
Al
going to
Green.
say it again. I'm going
Al
to say
Green, Mr. Chaney. We love Al Green. But
until
when
he
we
got
talk about Green,
gritstone on him.
see, there you go. There you go.
See? So why y'all? So now we ain't having love and happiness because he got grits on him. What? I'm just saying. But guess what? R. Kelly can call Jovan and say, "Look, I'm gonna give you my music so you can sing it. How about that?" And Jovan gonna rewrite it. It's just gonna be done. It's gonna be done. And the girl's gonna be like,
So, Mr. Chaney, step up to the mic, sir, and give us your story.
"Yes." So tell us about Mr. Jovan and
When
how
you
did this?
when you started writing, and what age did you know that you wanted to be a musician and stuff like that, and who inspired you?
For starters, I was, uh, that's part of Delaware County, not too far from. Uh,
Okay.
um, 5 or 6.
Your sound is distorted. You losing me.
You hear me a little better?
Yep, there
Oh,
you
that's
go.
better.
Oh,
Perfect.
thank. I just had to rearrange the phone. I got to sitting up.
That's okay, sir. It's perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, I started singing when I was about 5 or 6, and I knew all the songs. Whether it was Motown, BB and CC Winans, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross. I mean, uh, I just could not go anywhere without singing these songs that the rest of the world loves, and even my family was like, okay, he's gonna be our little entertainer, because especially because on my mom's side of the family, we have a bunch of entertainers. Whether they sing, do spoken word, paint, just nothing but artists on my mom's side. Nothing but singers and artists on my dad's side of the family. My dad's side of the family sang at White Rock Baptist Church. they were all, the whole family was in the choir. So I've been blessed with, you know, the love of music by two parents that, you know, engulfed themselves in it. So I was bound to be a singer. You know, I didn't decide I wanted to become a singer until I was about 17 years old. I did a talent contest called Mr. Academy Park at Academy Park High School out in Sharon Hill. And everybody had been asking me, you know, are you going to do it? You going to do it? You going to do it? And I'm just like, I kind of have a thing about contests. I don't know. I don't want to do it. And then I get my feelings hurt. But, you know, but when it comes with the territory, when you want to be a singer, especially a singer in show business, you know, not everybody's going to like your sound. Not everybody's going to like your look. So you kind of have to just navigate the best way you can in those troubled waters. But I did the contest. I sang a song for you, which everybody knows. You know, it's by Donny Hathaway, but I did the Temptations rendition of it, in which Dennis Edwards was the lead singer at the time. So you know, I went up on stage. You know, I had my dad's red suit on, red church suit on. I went up there, and I just stood flat foot on stage. I was nervous, man, and if I was nervous, my mom was 10 times nervous because whenever she comes to watch me perform, she won't stand inside of the venue where I, where I'm at singing because she'll get nervous for me, and then she has to, like, you know, just leave out the room and just listen in to see how I'm doing. Because my mom has that ear. She can tell when I'm getting ready to kill it. She can tell when I'm a little laxed on it. But she went out. She went outside, and you know, I'm on stage. I'm kind of nervous, and all of a sudden, I just started singing. I said, "This is nothing new to me. You know, I just have to sing from my heart. I know the song front to back, back to front, so I know what the words mean. So yeah, so just sing it. So I give myself a pep talk. So I sang it, and like you said, Shauna, you know, Eddie Kane Jr. My mom busted in that door like Eddie Kane Jr. as much. She's like, "Oh, my baby did it! Yes, yes." So I did the contest, and I won first place, and I was Mr. Academy Park, 2005, and just seeing the reception that I got from everybody there, even people who didn't know me, and I had been going to school with them for about 3 years now, because I was a junior when I did it, and just to see the reception, just to see the love and people shaking your hand, saying congratulations, you have a gift. That was when I decided that I wanted to be a singer, and it wasn't necessarily about you know, fame, you know, notoriety, what have you. It was just about entertaining people that I loved the most. You know, I love to entertain people. I just love to be connected with them one on one, and I can sing, and they feel the words that I'm singing, and I feel the words that I'm singing. It goes both ways. So, you know, what becomes is my passion.
I like that because you know what, sir. Today, when you asked something about your passion, a lot of contemporary music today, and you know what I'm talking about. Is how can I put this? It's some it's some that it's like the same thing over and over again. It's like no emotion.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I remember when I guess we were smaller, and when me and my sister was smaller, singers like you mentioned, Dennis Edwards from the Temptations, they sang songs and you felt the emotion. I mean, you felt the emotion, you felt everything that they sang to you. You mentioned Whitney Houston, she God rest her soul. Whitney
Yeah.
Houston was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but today it's kind of like you don't hear much of that on the radio. And if you do hear it, you usually hear the songs like late at night, or they'll a old like a station like I guess we have WDAS up here. Stations like that they will play it, but it won't be, you know, mainstream and stuff like that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's I think with artists like yourself coming to rising up from the back, coming to the front. I think that down the road we're going to see a shift in the way that it used to be. And when I heard, like I said, when I saw your video today, and I just listened to how you did that rendition of that old, Percy Slade song, I was like, you know what? He's going to go far. And I hope that this new type, the style that once was comes back. And if you're one of the leaders that's going to help bring it back, I commend you. And that's all I have to say. Sis?
Well, before you do that, I need to get, because Ann is about to lose her mind and blow a gasket. Give Ann just a little taste of something, please, before we go and speak on something else. Can you give Ann just a little taste of something? Because Ann is about to lose it. Hello, Ann.
It is. She about ready to lose it, Mr. Chaney.
Ann is like, I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Entertain. Give her just a little something. Go ahead. Blow her mind. Blow her mind.
I always knew you would come for me. And now that you're here, my whole world's complete. You gave me so much more than I hoped for. All of my dreams I realized. Girl, you made me whole just when I needed a friend. Someone who will stay till the end. You came along and made me strong. There are no words to explain all the joy you bring, 'cause in you I found perfect love. That one of a kind most dream of. I never thought it could be, but in you I found everything I'll ever need.
I can't stand you. I'm just done with you. As a matter of fact, everybody, good night. Good night. Good night. That's it. Everybody, the show's over. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Show's over. I'm done. And this is your fault. And this is your fault. It's over. The show is over. So thank y'all for coming.
Pay no mind to her. Pay no mind to her. Pay no mind to her, sir. She's just overwhelmed with emotion. And bravo. That was really good.
I've been overwhelmed with emotions ever since this little brother, this little war crybaby opened up his mouth a couple of days ago. Goodness gracious. If anybody thought about getting married, did you not felt the need to just go get a dress, go snatch up some flowers out somebody's yard, and go steal somebody and just take them to City Hall and tell him, sing, Jovan, just sing.
But sis, that's exactly what I was saying to Mr. Chaney earlier, that type of style has to come back, because like I said, you listen to radio today and you don't hear this. You understand what I'm saying? You got singers today like Mr. Chaney, like I expressed earlier, that's bringing that back, and we need to have that back in popular music today. And wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hey, Mr. Chaney, we got Miss Anna A. Davila. She said she loves it. She needs a cold shower.
Yes, honey.
Said me too, and she's doing all the claps.
Wait, let me tell you something. You straight to me.
I think if she's married, I think her husband gonna be a lucky man tonight. Lucky.
Hey, straight took us to Outcast. Did you hear in the background? Ice Oh, remember when he did that song right before he did Prototype? Oh my God. Yes, and like straight, get yourself an ice cold shower because you ain't got nobody, and get yourself a 5 high-speed shower. Okay, I'm just to get yourself a handheld shower because you're gonna just have to hold it and hold it. I'm
And you,
just
Sis,
our conversation
sis,
that we had, Sean, that conversation that we had, it was, oh my God, she had me in tears the whole time. I'm telling you, that was the most
oh,
an entertaining conversation I've ever had before.
oh man, no,
Yeah,
cut it
and
out.
God, it was
Well,
so
look,
nice.
I got it. Okay, so I got it. Okay, I gotta say it. All right, so now that Ann, I told you to blow Ann's mind. I ain't tell you to get me all flustered and frustrated. Okay, hey, we need a song for the single women. You got to make a song for the single women. But like I told you in our conversation, we need a song because songs has messed us women up. Because as you see, I don't care if the man ain't right. You just told me in you I found perfect love and now I'm ready to get married. But then at the end of the song, I'm gonna say, I saw you and him walking in the rain. You always see me at the end of the song, or you do my favorite. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. I don't need that song. I need the song that tells me how I'm gonna keep it going. Because y'all gave me a beginning, y'all gave me an ending, but y'all ain't
Yep.
give me a song on how to keep the brother. Can we have an intimacy song? Like, can you know, an intimate versus an intimacy? Can we have a song that says, I just came home to see you, babe. I just wanted
Yeah.
to hold you tight,
Yeah.
kiss you all through the night. That's it. Just watch you lay there. You know, something like that. You know, I just saying. Yeah, I just saying. I'm just saying. All right, okay. All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I'll get right.
you okay now?
Yep. I'll get right.
Shut up, because Jared said he reminds him of Kim. Does people tell you about that a lot? Do people call you Kim a lot?
I've heard a few people say Kim. I've heard a few people say, oh God, who else was it?
You you kind of in a way kind of just a tad bit look like him.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what Jared said. Jared was like, "Wait a minute, I thought you said Siobhan was coming on the show." I said, "He is." He was like, "Why he look like him?"
There's nothing wrong with Kim. Kim that
Oh,
bull.
my boo boo. No, no, nothing's wrong with Kim.
Oh, I'm
Nothing's
about
wrong
to
with
say Kim
Kim.
that bull.
Yes, he is
Yeah.
that bull. But right now, Jovan is like he can ready to give him some action. Now I
Oh, I
understand why
thought.
Kim.
Oh wait a minute. I thought you about to slip and say something else. I'm like, what?
No, no, no. Because now I
Wait a minute.
understand why Kim. If you
I,
seen that
whoa, whoa.
album, you know that album where Kim was like this. Now I know why he was holding his head like this. And now I know why. Because he knew that Jovan was coming. So wait, Jovan, you said mommy was the one. So you had an Eddie Kane mommy. Better yet, we called her Josephine Jackson. Forget
Oh,
Joe Jackson. Your mom ain't got nothing. Joe can't do nothing with your mama.
yeah, because she used to be a dancer. Um, back when she was a lot younger, and the same thing would happen with her that happens with me. If they would see her in a place somewhere, with a bunch of people, with his music playing, come on, JoJo, come on, get on the dance, come on, dance. Or when they hear music playing, say, come on, you go to there, sing, go ahead and sing. She understands where that having that passion just it oozes out and it just affects everybody. So that's why whenever I'm getting ready to sing somewhere or she wants to hear what song I'm going to do, she's like, now like I don't think that song's right for you. That song's right for you. Or and tonight I think it could have been a lot better. Tonight you killed it. That she I always go to her and my dad whenever I need counsel as far as like, should I sing? What should I wear? Because they just believe in old style music and feel good music. That
Right.
if you want to sing that kind of music, you got to go back and look at the greats because you're not gonna go up there and embarrass yourself and embarrass me and your father.
Too much noise. Tell him to turn that down because it's feeding through.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean. I thought my mute went on. But yeah, my son. I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to drag him into the screen and be like, well, "Do you want to take over the interview, gosh?" Because he like, "That's you, mommy. That's you. You do the same thing, mom. You do the same thing." But I think that's all with all entertaining moms. When you have that child that has that thing. You know, we know you got that thing. We be the one to be like, oh no, it's you. And we gonna make sure that you get what you gotta get to. So it's great to have that in your life, but also as not only having it in your life, but having it as your investment, your A team, your A game. Because in this industry, it's not easy.
No.
And then being an independent artist, even though it has its perks, it's not easy. But having that backing, because some of the artists don't have their family backing because they be like what was the movie Sister Act? Remember Sister Act Part 2?
Yeah.
And she had that voice, and her mother was like, "No, you're not going to do it." And she's like, "Why? Because Daddy left." You're like,
That was
"Mama."
Lauryn Hill's. That was Lauryn Hill's character.
Yes.
The little girl.
Right. And she wanted to sing, and her mother was like, "No, you can't make it in this business. They're not gonna put no food on the table." But in your case, your family was the one who helped you move forward, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they came to all my shows. They even had T-shirts made. They had this made. And I'm just like, Dad, I can have all this support. I gotta go out there and give it my best. You know, nothing less. You know, so I always made it a point to make my parents proud and all of my supporters proud, whom I love dearly, because I wouldn't be where I'm today were not for them thinking, sending me messages, saying, good luck tonight, the video was great, or and even calling me like work and stuff because I think away that work and like yeah, I take advantage of this. I can't abuse my gift.
So tell me something. So
Yeah.
tell us about the experience with you and Dad for the talent show.
You wait a minute, him and his father?
Oh, yes, he's going to tell you what happened between him and his father when he picked out that song. And then I want him to sing just a smidge of it if he can remember.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, when I did Mr. AP, I went to my dad and I said, I think I know what song I want to do. And he said, okay, what song you want to do? I said, I think I want to do Donny Hathaway, a song for you. He said, not taking anything away from Donny. Donny's cool. Donny's real good. But the kind of voice you have, you dig in deep and you have like a rough style to you. My mom always, she said it too. She said, your voice, it's not raspy. It's not raspy, but it's not rugged, but it's the kind of voice that you dig in deep. Like you don't scratch the surface, you dig in deep. And my dad was just like, you can do that song, but listen to Dennis Edwards do it. And I said, the Temptations did it? And he said, yeah, when Dennis Edwards was lead singer. Listen to that, and I guarantee you that will be the rendition you want to do. And so I said, okay. So I didn't knock it, because like I said, my mom and dad have, great music listening ears. They can listen to someone and just, tell when they're flat or tell when they're, lacking a bit, and not because they're judgmental, not because they're hard on people, but because they're avid music listeners and they love, hearing singers who just have that voice that's one of a kind. And my parents were just like, you have a voice that's not like everybody else. And, you have to find your own sound. You have to find who you are as a singer. And you have to continue to grow, continue to learn, train that voice, keep training it. Even when you get tired of training it, train it some more. But, don't burn yourself out, but always be versatile and always be agile. So I made it a point to listen to different singers. And when I heard Dennis Edwards do A Song for You on lead, I'm like, oh my gosh, this man is he's crying, but melodically, but it's just beautiful. And when I listened to it, I think Dennis goes, I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs. I've made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life on stages with 10,000 people watching. But we are alone, yeah. And I'm singing this song for you. And when I heard him do that, I'm like, this is the song I have to do. That's all. And there it was. There it was. I just
Is it me or did y'all hear the spiritual realm on this, brother? And you can always tell when you have that spiritual realm. But excuse me, and that's not coronavirus. That's the juice went the wrong way. So
let
with
people
that
know
being
now.
said, you didn't go from 5 years old all the way with your spiritual realm, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Can you tap on
yeah.
that and how that brought you back?
Yeah. Well, uh, when I started out singing, I didn't start out in church. Um, I I actually started out just being around the house and just listening to the singers and just hearing that gospel flair to their voice. And when it comes to that, you can't imitate it, and you can't you can't. It's not artificial. It's real. It's really real, really real. Uh, I didn't become spiritually connected to myself and my gift until I was about uh, 22 years old. I would say like 22, and I was in a bad ways. I was dealing with so many things like depression, anxiety, stress, and it just came from certain choices that I made that at the time I thought were right for me, but at the time at my age, at my maturity level, it wasn't right. It wasn't the right time. So I became just down and out, just feeling hopeless, lost, and I called my old supervisor, Darlene Hill. She's councilwoman for Darby. You know, wonderful woman. She's like another mother to me out of the many mothers I have. But I called her up and I said, Darlene, are you going to church? And she said, yeah. Why? What's up? I said, I think I want to go to church with you. And she said, okay, just yeah, I'm not too far from your area. So I said, okay, well, I'll hop in the shower, I'll get dressed, and yeah, I'll go with you to church because I just needed to hear um like something that would lift my spirits so that I wouldn't go, deep into, the darkness, such as depression, deep depression, anxiety, and stress, and just be manic. So I went to church, and at the time, the pastor, it was a United Memorial, wait a minute, Union Memorial United Methodist Church. Please forgive me, yo. Um, but at the time, Pastor Olivet Brown, she's not there anymore, but she was the pastor there, and just hearing her speak and connect with what she was preaching about, and to see her do that in her, you know, beautiful fashion, and it just hit all of us, in in the church at the same time, I just said, wow. I At first I was lost, but now I'm found. So ever since then, I have just been, uh, trying to read Bible verses when I can, and just discussing them with myself, with my parents, with other people who I look at as confidants, and just applying it to my life the best way that I can, and also just keep reminding myself just how blessed I am to have so many people support me, so many people, reach out to me whenever something's up. But and most importantly, it's allowed me to stay strong when sometimes I don't feel like being strong. Sometimes just like
I know that's right.
tired. Yeah.
I know that's right. And you know, you saying that, it brings it right back to, because when I see you, I see all of those musicians within you.
Thank you.
And I hear and I see Marvin Gaye. I see
Mhm.
um I see Teddy.
Thank you.
Like you have the Teddy demand, except you just don't scare us like Teddy did. You know,
Turn
Teddy
off.
said, "Turn them off," and we were like, "Okay,
Yeah.
which one? Where you want me to run to?" But you basically could con us to believe that it only takes 1 second, 1 minute of the hour, and we can have whatever we want, and we'll turn over our credit card and be like, here you go, without even doing the. We like, I cash app you, baby. What you need, boo?
Yeah, yeah.
And then what's funny is, would you mind telling the people how old you are?
I am 32 years old.
Yeah,
Three.
yeah. Say it one more time. You're how old?
32 years old.
32 years old. So, ladies, any way you turn his number, you cougars, we just gotta give them to our daughters. We gotta give them to our daughters because any way you turn that number, Will, uh, Will,
I'm reading the comments, as Mr. Chaney is speaking. And I was reading one. Matter of fact, I'm reading a lot of them. And I'm reading one in particular. I'm actually reading two. One is it's a real huge problem. So many deal with that problem as depression. Also very real. I know how that feels. I'm lost but found too. Sometimes I feel the same. Yet all who feels what we try to speak about is not believed. This
Yeah.
she believes. So, Mr. Chaney, you were in a place and the Lord has came and blessed you with your gift, or open your eyes to your gift. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of when I was younger, me and my sister always talks about this. We were in not so many good places back then.
Yeah.
And we wonder how in heck did we get to this place right now? God, He has a way of talking to you. He has a way of opening your eyes. He has a way of having you believe that
Yeah.
there's greatness, there's a talent in you. Because sometimes, we all feel like we don't have it. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, no one won't like it, or whatever. Insecurity runs through everybody. But
Yeah.
talking about it and saying what you've been through and looking at your potential fans here who, after this broadcast, who I know is going to want your material, and we're going
Yeah.
to talk about that in a second.
All right.
They feel that, and that's a good thing that you can admit that and say that you too have went through that, and here you are today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I
And you're
first,
30, and you're 32 years old. You know, it's some people growing up in Philadelphia. Me and my sister can attest. We knew a lot of people that was talented.
Mhm.
However,
Yeah,
it kind of went another way, and the
yeah,
world never knew how talented they was. So bravo to you.
thank you.
Keep up the
Appreciate
good
But you
work.
know, also, what's so profound about Mr. Chaney here is this was a prophetic song, like the 70s, correct?
Yes, yeah,
So, the 70s music was for now.
yeah.
And like we've been discussing for the last couple of weeks, it's amazing how the songs of 2013, 16, 17, 15, and 18, and the very bottom of 19 turns out to be exactly what we needed in 2020.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, as you all know, Mr. Chaney, we had the riots up here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and 52nd Street, which an area that myself and my sister grew up in, was
Yeah,
impacted very, very, very bad. But
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of radio stations was playing Marvin Gaye song. What's going on? The What's Going On soundtrack. Inner City Blues. What's going on? A lot
mhm,
of music, like my sister said, back then is speaking to now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
But
crazy.
but
yeah.
it's
It
not
is.
only that. The reason why I said that was Jovan. This song was your 2015 CD, correct?
Yes, yeah,
And you played the CD now. Well, you've been playing it, but we finally heard it now.
yeah.
All right, I need a favor. I need you to do me one favor. I know you like,
Absolutely.
all right, Shauna, you all favored out tonight.
No.
But I need you to do me a favor. So the
And
favor
I
I
didn't
need
even
you
ask
to
for
do,
no favors. Try to take them away all the way.
the favor I need you to do for me tonight is this. Can
Yeah.
you do that war cry for the first song, the first part of your song for me, please?
Oh, okay, no problem.
Hey y'all ready? And no, Kim, you are not late. You are right on time.
Hi, Kim.
So
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. Whoa, 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 baby.
Uh,
Well, I've been hanging, missing you so much. We've gone through a lot, baby, and yet there still is love. You see, I don't deny what I'm feeling, or even wanting just a little bit more. And I don't have a problem saying so. But I know this love. I feel this love. I breathe your love, yes, I know this love, and I feel this love, and I breathe your love.
should we fight them now, y'all? Should we just fight them? Should we just crawl through the screen? Watch out! I'm coming. I'm coming to. I'm coming to
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
the done with you.
You're
So
getting
yes, the
you
name of the song, the name of the CD,
tell them
the
the
name of the
information
song
where
and the
they can get
CD.
his music at.
Yes, the name of the song and the name of the CD is called "I Breathe Your Love," and you can purchase it on all media platforms. Apple, Google Plus. Now, this has recently been educated, so I need y'all to listen carefully. Yes, you can get the song on Spotify. However, the artists do not get the proper funding that they should get, that they could get had you downloaded it off of Apple or Google Plus or any other musical platform. Because with
Apple is
Spotify,
better. Apple is better. Spotify is connected to the record companies. Did you know that?
but not only that, they only give you pennies. They don't give you the actual full amount of worth of the song. So you do better going to Apple, and even though it's $1, it's still more than receiving multiple pennies before they can actually get their dollar. Not unless you like me and you put the song on repeat and you go to sleep, and then the battery of the phone died, and then you be like, "Where the song at?" You be jumping out the middle.
Mr. Chaney, do you have like a website where people could go on to and they
People
can
can
purchase your song?
yeah. People can reach me on my Facebook. I'll post later tonight when we finish up. I'll post all the different links where you can find the song for purchase.
Okay.
I have a website, but right now it's currently being redone because
Okay.
I plan on releasing something new. I would say about late this year or early next year. See, when I'm picking new material, I kind of like I wait it out. I don't like to rush myself because I know a song is right for me when it speaks to me, when it catches my attention. And
Correct.
it took a long time to make "I Breathe Your Love." It took a
And
long
who
time.
taught you that? Who taught
Got
you
you.
that? Wasn't there a famous cousin of yours that taught you how to sing like that to make us be all disoriented and discombobulated and all just yeah? Who taught you that? Who taught you that?
Well, combined with mom and dad, my cousin Ken Chaney, who is a part of the Ebonies, and
Ah,
he's also working on his own
Wait a minute,
solo.
wait a minute. Say that again. Part of the what group?
The Ebonies, my
The
cousin
I
Ken
was
Chaney.
Ebony?
waiting for you to tell you that, and you were able to do that. I was
Oh my
waiting.
God. I remember them from back. I remember them.
Yeah,
I love that group.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
So that
And
explains
they
it.
still got
That's how he knew how to make love to a song. See what I'm saying? Did y'all see him? He
yeah.
said, I breathe. Like, who does that? Nobody but Marvin Gaye, Jill Levert, when he says, "You got that, mama, I want to smack your face, kind of get the work." That be him.
And
That be him.
with her, I just let her go off. You know what I mean? While I take my little drink. Well, go ahead,
Look,
sir. As you were
look,
saying
I'm
about
sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
Ebony,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me back
you
up.
see
Let me
I'm
back
the
up.
cool one. You see I'm the cool one, right? You see I'm the
I'm
cool
going.
one.
Let me
She's
back
over
up.
here. You see she's doing it, right? So go ahead, sir. Thank you. The Ebonies, I
I
love
know
the
it makes
Ebonies.
me smile. It makes me
Thank you.
smile.
Before
I
you
love
do that,
it.
excuse me, before you go there, Mr. Frazier,
Yes.
let me try to understand you right now. Are you really coming at my neck about how I'm acting this evening?
I know. No one ain't
Oh,
coming at your neck, dear child. But
Are you
the
sure?
Ebony,
Because you positive?
I don't know.
You know what?
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
think
This is what I want to talk to Mr. Cheney.
I think
So
you
I
better
mean,
watch it. I think you better watch it. I think you better
anyway,
watch it.
anyway,
You don't want
anyway,
none of me
anyway,
tonight. You don't want none
anyway,
of me tonight.
anyway, I want to ask Mr. Cheney a question. Question. Do you
Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. So go ahead. Ask your question.
okay. So do you like the creative freedom being an independent artist as opposed to being signed to a label? Because a
I
lot of
prefer being
people,
an independent
a
artist.
lot of people. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, you're good. Yeah,
A lot
independent
of
artist.
people want to go to a label, but I
Right.
see the independent movement is better. Don't you agree?
I agree. Yeah, it is a lot better because when you're independent, you have more control over your work. Because what these record labels and companies don't understand is that when these artists create, that's a part of them that they're willing to share with the whole world, and they don't have to. And most people feel as though when their work is being not appreciated, or just used as some kind of cash flow machine, and not being really appreciated and used for what it's supposed to be, make people feel good, make people be reminded of what um, great sounding music is. It's almost as if a piece of your heart is taken from you. And a lot of these record companies and labels don't understand what it took for that artist to go through in order to just do what they love to do, make music. Their mind is all on the money and the revenue. It's very sad to see some of the artists go through what they've gone through. And I've spoken to a lot of independent artists who in having private conversations, they've said that they regret the day they signed on somebody's dotted line, because after that that was it, and they just lost the love of music because of what people you know ha- did to them. And I was always told, make sure you write your own songs. Make sure you have a publishing company, of your own. Make sure you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because the last thing you want is for someone to take your work and use it for their own gain, whether it's financial or whatever. So it's very important that independent artists stay independent, because there needs to be a movement, and that movement is appreciating art for what it's meant to be, and it's meant to make people feel a certain way. It's meant to connect others together. So there needs to be a movement, and Shona, like you said, I think, and you said also, William, I think that music is starting to take another direction, and it's going back into what great music was, because a lot of this stuff out here sounds the same. It's like once you've heard one, you've heard them all. And not taking anything away from those artists, but they just need to find out what they love about music again. And maybe they do love music, maybe they just love to just put out records. That's their prerogative. But great sounding music needs to be heard. And a lot of these voices out here who have been silenced, they need to be put up on a pedestal and given a megaphone to say, okay, go ahead. It needs to happen.
It's like it's like you got artists that's mainstream. You got what's that lady? I'm trying to think of that young lady's name that plays the flute. Lizzo, Megan Thee
Oh, yeah.
Stallion, and all that. Nothing. Hold on, sis. I see you turned your head when I said Lizzo and Megan Thee Stallion. Hold on. It's nothing I'm taking away from them, but how many times could we hear about Lizzo and her DNA test and her playing the flute? Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, I have yet to. I mean, I heard her music, but to me, that's not music that's going to last. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Hmm.
it's like I said, today we have radio stations and internet stations that play songs from like 20, 30 years ago. Even disco music, which at the time people thought was not music, you still hear that today, you know? So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's the quality of the music that's being played today that's it just doesn't have the same substance. So the
Yeah.
independent movement, I'm glad that that's growing, because with that being said, a lot of record companies right now they're keeping an eye on the independent movement because they're not taking it seriously. But
Yeah.
through the years, as the more independents grow, the more they're going to start taking it serious, and then they're going to go back to the way it used to be. Don't you agree,
Yeah.
Well,
sister?
Yeah.
I
And I
do.
gotta admit, I love Lizzo. She kind
You
of
like
Yeah,
like,
I didn't
Lizzo?
make
like
any.
a boom.
I didn't make any faces to Lizzo. I actually was looking at my piece of chicken, if you must know. So that's why I turned
Oh,
my head to the
Chaney.
side. Okay. All right.
No, Mr. Chaney,
So,
I said Lizzo. I said Lizzo, she did like this. And I said Megan Thee Stallion, she like, there she goes, she did it. She just did it. You ain't getting
I
me
was
no
looking at my
chicken.
chicken because
You
my
ain't getting
cat
me
was,
none.
excuse me, my cat was walking over to a destination that was too close.
Oh my
And I had to
God.
look and go, I know you're not about to come over here and get my piece of chicken.
Excuse me. Remember what they
So,
said in school, Mr. Chaney? If you got something for you, you gotta give it to everybody. So Mr. Chaney needs some chicken, and
excuse
I need
me,
some chicken. What's up with the
excuse
chicken?
me, excuse me, as I do my commercial at this point. Everyone already knows what happens on Saturday. On Saturday at the No BS Duo show, before we go, I always end up at Acme Supermarket where I
And
get
she don't give me
my
no
chicken.
chicken.
I get my chicken. And I am in Philadelphia. But we're not going to talk about how somebody be in Philadelphia down the street and will drive past my house to and from, going back over to Jersey. So I know they're not talking about me not giving them a piece of chicken. All right. And thank you. These are my Rite Aid earrings. They managed not to have
I don't know who
took
does that.
they didn't take these when they did the riot. They did break into the store and took some earrings, but these were saved. So thank you. I like them too. Um but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so excuse me while we had a little family quarrel.
Mr. Chaney, again, I'm glad that you are part of the independent movement. A lot of
But you know
artists,
what?
hip hop artists are doing the same thing too. You know, releasing their own
Yeah.
material. They're not going. How many times we gonna hear little Botsy, little Booby, to what X, to whatever their name is?
But
Hip hop
Will,
at
you
one
gotta
time.
remember, you're doing what our parents did. Our parents didn't understand our music.
But, but,
No,
but,
no,
wait a minute, hold
you
on.
gotta understand.
Was
Just
it
like
Michael
now,
Jackson part of our music?
but
Was it
just like
Michael
now.
Jackson part of our music?
No, but wait a minute. You gotta think about it. Think about it. We was rapping. We was like,
Right.
let me
They
see.
did.
Let me give you one. Let me give you one. You should have
Run
seen the people
DMC.
dancing,
Run
and moving and
DMC.
jumping and shaking while the people was moving and grooving and right. That's what we
Right.
did. And then we did your sisters. We did your sisters, right?
Right.
What's your sister song? What's her song? Kim gonna like this one. What's her song? What's your sister song?
I bet.
No, not you, Jovan. What's your sister song name?
Oh,
What's the song that your sister like?
she likes she loves Mary J. Blige, and
No,
she
no, no. What was
Okay.
the rapper? What was
as
the
far as
other
hip
one?
hop.
Yes.
Lil
What was
Kim.
her name again?
Her name, what she went by when she danced.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I remember the song. I'm trying to shake to it. What was it? What was it? She said, oh wait. It was a little mosquito in a yellow tuxedo, freaking inside the sweet placebo. The only thing that the mosquito needed was the lady devastated with the big drum beater. What was that song from? What's the song
Oh
from?
man, I
What's
forgot.
the song from? What is
Do
it?
that
Come
again.
on,
Do
Kim.
that
Where you
again.
at?
Do that again.
There was
Do it
a
again.
little mosquito in the yellow tuxedo, freaking inside the sweet placebo. But the only thing that the mosquito needed was a lady devastated with the big drum beater. Uh, 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 You ready? You ready? You ready? Baby, let's go, go.
Oh. The real Roxanne. The real
There you
Roxanne.
go.
The real
But wait,
Roxanne.
Oh
but
yeah,
wait.
yeah,
Our
yeah.
parents could not understand that. They did not want to hear that. And then we didn't want to hear what's his name? What he would do? He would
Wait a minute,
go,
before you go on, Mr. Jovan, I ain't gonna lie. You did a very good rendition, and you know what? I know she's on Facebook too, but the real Roxanne would be very, very happy that you did justice to her song. Because you the only one I heard to say, but the tuxedo, the yellow bombito, damn, you know all the words of that?
Yes, I
You must
did.
listen to that song like
I
18 million
did.
times.
That joint
He
was
said
he
word
was
for word.
doing a
I
walk on
wait
that
a minute,
song.
hold up.
But
Okay,
the thing,
okay.
but the thing about that was our parents was like, what? We came in just a shop
No,
what?
no, 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 no. No, wait a minute. It was the way, it was really how rap came on the scene. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Chaney? They look at Run DMC, what they wore, the shell
Yeah.
top Adidas, no laces, a leather, the brim hats, the Grandmaster Flash, with the chain, Slick Rick, all this stuff like that. They looked at that like that's not real music. You know what I mean? And plus, I'm gonna tell you a real quick funny story. Shauna, I never told you this. I went to a Run DMC concert, the Raising Hell tour in 1986. It was at the Spectrum. And my mom and dad got on me because they like, why are you gonna go to a show? You see two guys with a microphone, and this is what you say, Shauna, that our parents didn't understand our music. Two guys with a microphone, a guy in the back doing this with the turntables and stuff like that. There's no instruments, there's no nothing, and y'all paying $20 to see that. That they didn't understand it.
Mine
But
didn't
we all
understand
know.
it,
You understand what I'm saying?
but mine, she was like, what are you saying? Like all this, and that's what she was come up. She's like, what are you saying? What are you doing? And that was the era. So I believe, and the reason why I'm using that is because as much as I love to go, I was down with that. Yolanda Badham, we
She's a
was
little
up with
bit
the
fast. She's
beatbox.
a little bit fast. She's like,
No, no,
okay,
no,
Dougie Fresh.
no, no, no.
yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. You were doing
now,
the Bobby Brown version.
no, I wasn't either. Don't make me pull out my cheeks. Don't. Ah, but
Okay, all right, Mr. Chaney. I'm sorry.
anyway.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. We just
Then
go through this. But go
my
ahead.
son, now mind you, now I'm trying to go somewhere with this. I'm about to bring in the horns and bring in the organ player. I'm about to bring in the preacher because when my son comes in and he decides that he want to go, I'm like my ears, and I understand. And then when he starts talking about how he can reach over and get it out of the top drawer and slide it on and slip in, or the one that they say I was doing the dance to, and they was like, "Mommy, do you know what is it, Soldier Boy, Superman?" Now I was zooming, and they was like, "Mom, do you know what you zoom into?" And I was like, "No." They was like, "Do you zoom?" And I was like, "Okay, we're not doing that dance no more." But the point that I'm making and where I'm trying to go is depending on the era of type of music that we're brought up on versus the music and the era that they're brought up on, there's a collide of it where they appreciate hearing about DNA. Whereas we like, I don't want to hear about the DNA. Just tell me about me and him and not me and them. Because now you talk about the songs where I could be with you and I could be with you and I could be with you. And we could just be one whole happy family. Not where I come from. Because where I come from, I am the only one. I am enough for one. And there are many of them inside of this one that you can call out whichever archive you want to use for that night, and I will be that one. You don't need all of the other ones. But again, it depends on how you was raised, what your era is, what type of music it. So far with Jovan, we can appreciate him because he is speaking our language. He's speaking that
Remember, Shauna.
language of love. He got that war cry that we've been screaming for. We like, thank you, somebody, finally. Like, Usher came in and Usher said, Daddy's home. Okay, what daddy? I guess you want me to call you daddy now? So I guess am I gonna be mommy? But again, I mean, don't get it twisted. I love the song, especially when he said it's the simple things in life we forget. But we gonna make this, we bring it back down, I already set the choir down and turned the organ off, and the preacher is now sitting back relaxing. So again, I really believe that it really depends on the era of the person and how the type of music that they like. Because some people of country don't like R&B singers, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And then you got the operas, and then you got the other ones. Just like recently, I found out that neo soul was actually a category for music. I never knew
Yeah,
that because they
yeah.
were all collaborated and labeled R&B.
Erica Badu, Jill Scott. Yeah. But you know what?
So, so what
One
do you
thing,
Yeah.
one
call
thing.
yourself, Jovan? Are you what are you? What are you?
Are you neo soul or are you traditional R&B? Is a question she's trying to ask.
Oh, I'm more or less traditional R&B
Okay,
and
cool,
soul.
cool.
Um, it was hard for me. It was hard for me to get into. It was hard for me to get into the R&B of today because everybody can agree that hip hop really it just bled into other genres, and it was I kind of felt like R&B was slowly dying, and I'm
It
like, no,
did.
it's not slowly dying. It's still there. It just has to kick down the door like it once did. Because everybody was all about R&B, and even now when I do weddings and I do events, I do have some clients because I work with a band that's been established for about 30 plus years, called the Vincent James Band, and they play R&B. They love to play R&B, and when they go to certain weddings and events, they do have those clients that say, hey, we want to hear contemporary, we want to hear pop, we want to hear this and that, but no R&B, please. And we're like, oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. And little do they know, they say no R&B, but we happen to play a song that is R&B, but the sound of it is just to them. It's like, oh, they couldn't tell it was traditional R&B. So R&B is going to be forever, but I do miss the traditional R&B sound and the soul sound. I do miss it. There
And you
needs to
know
be a
what's
lot
funny
more of
about
it.
missing? What's funny about missing is I know your cousin, David Chaney. Is that
Yeah,
your cousin David?
yeah.
So
David
I'm
J.
like, so he's sitting there, he's sending the information. I'm like, why does his name sound familiar? Again, you never know who you know. And so I go into Messenger and I'm like, oh, we've been hollering at each other and everything. I'm like, your cousin's on now. You need to go and check him out now. He's on the show now. So David is also a musician too, right? David, he's one of your cousins that's a
Yes.
musician too, right?
Yeah. I believe so. Yes.
So
Yeah.
back
Because
to your
th-
back to your uncle, the one from the Roots. So tell us about that conversation.
oh, my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my dad's first cousin. He's my second cousin. But yeah, yeah, he's my cousin. Yeah, that's with the Ebonies, and Kenny has done so many things. And my uncle Bob Strange used to play for I think he used to play for Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes as a drummer. He did some traveling with them and played. So yeah, those two are the main ones that I would go to and just ask, okay, what should I do about this situation, Uncle? I mean, what do you think about this song? What do you think about that song? What do you think about that performance? They were my music, counselors, if you will. I always went to them because they, I can always appreciate it, and sometimes it does leave my spirit a little like down, but I can appreciate when people give it to me straight. I can appreciate that. And they gave it to me straight. Like, oh nephew, I don't like that song. Cuz I don't know about that song. I don't think you should do that one. I'm like, oh, come on, y'all. What do I do now? But they're only telling me that for my own benefit. And that's how my mother is. That's how my dad is. They tell me what I need to hear rather than what I want to hear. And I think that is where some people nowadays get lost because everybody's always telling them what they want to hear, rather what they need to hear. And you know,
True.
at first, I used to think that people who tell you what you need to hear are just, they're out to hurt your feelings. It's like, no, it's the people who tell you what you want to hear out to hurt your feelings and see your feelings get hurt. So I can appreciate when, I'm not on my A game and they let me know, it's like, yo, cuz you can do better than that, or son, you can do better than that. What's going on with you? Like, you're right. Okay. All right. I'll snap out of it.
So talking
But yeah,
about the
that's
juicy
what most
stuff.
people need.
So I'm ready for the juicy stuff. Y'all ready for the juicy stuff? So tell us about this album, I Breathe Your Love. How did this, where did this, and why did this? Where did this all come about? Where was the inspiration? How this breathe? Did y'all see how he said I breathe? Like not in hell. Usually we're used to being sniffed out, but you said I
Yeah.
breathe. Like, what the heck? Come on, I want the juice. We need the juice. How that happened? What that happened? And what did that
um,
inspiration?
well, my cousin Kenny was he actually wrote it. He put it together. He I expressed to him that I wanted to do a CD. It's my first CD. Everybody was asking, when you gonna put some out? When you gonna put some out? I'm like, I don't know. I gotta wait for the material to come in. So I went to Kenny and asked him if he knew any producers or if he had any songs that he was thinking about doing, but just didn't have um, the time to do them, or kind of put them aside for a minute and we'll revisit it another time. He sent me "I Breathe Your Love." When I first heard it, I fell in love with it. I played it over and over and over again, and um, he sent me the lyrics, and as I'm reading the lyrics and as I'm listening to the music, I it just it hit me, and that's the kind of performer I am. If I'm going to sing a song, I have to be alone. I have to hear the music, and I have to hear the words, and then I have to um, imagine how I would sing it, how I would interpret it, and I had received a demo version of it from Kenny. He's singing on it, and I'm listening to it, and he has his way of interpreting it, and I had my way of interpreting it. And when you sing love songs, especially a song that is so that is "I Breathe Your Love," that's so descriptive and so deep, you have to have loved, and you have to have lost. You have to have been through the stuff you're singing about, because if you don't know what you're singing about, then there's no point. I've been in love before. I've lost love before. I've had to let love go, and I just imagined what the kind of love affair for me would be, and it was "I Breathe Your Love," just being connected with your lover, and you just being able to, every time you're near each other, you just, you know, breathe out your love, and your partner breathes it in, and then so on and so forth. You basically, your love becomes each other's air supply, the thing that keeps you living. So I took that and, just imagine how I would feel if I, had a love affair as beautiful as "I Breathe Your Love" describes it. So I just interpreted it in my own fashion, and before you know it, everybody just said they loved it and they connected with it, and I was proud because I said I did my job as a singer. I was able to make people feel something and appreciate something just by listening to it. And I'm glad that people didn't just say they liked it because I sound good on the record. They liked it because they felt it was a beautiful song. And I fell in love with it. And that's why I decided to name the title of the CD "I Breathe Your Love," because it was not only my hope for, a love affair someday, but it was me saying to the very people who support me, who love me, who are there for me, "I breathe your love." That's what keeps me going. It keeps me strong. and I will forever, ever be in need of that love to keep going. You know, yeah.
I mean, I'm taken by the fact that you said air supply. You know, that's just deep
Yeah.
right there. The fact that you're in a relationship with someone
Yeah.
and they're saying that you are my air supply. Like, you know, you can't live without air.
Yeah.
And you're saying, when I see you and I think about you, my woman, my man, you are my air supply. Like, dang. Like, whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will, before I move to the next song,
He's
Will.
supposed to do that too.
Like I said, I've been paying attention to the comments, and Mr. Chaney, I'm going to say this one more time. After tonight, you're going to have a lot of female fans requesting your material.
Good.
So bravo. I'm a little bit comfortable. I'm in my room now, so forgive me.
Thank you.
I'm just because this is the coldest spot in my house, so I got the door closed, I got the air conditioner on. I'm just really relaxed, and it's like I said, you know, what you do is what's needed today. You understand? Real music needs to come back. A lot of music, like I said, it's being put out into the mainstream. And if you notice, I'm more of a music person, and I pay attention to what's
Yeah.
going on, stuff like that. So again, bravo to you. Um, I know you're going to do another song for us,
Thank you.
and my sister is going to again get information out of you again, so everybody
Yeah,
can know
yeah.
where they can
I
get your
ain't finished.
material. Because I know Anna and Miss Valerie Boo Reed and oh yes, they won't want your material and
Yeah,
all your
because
information. Come
Yeah.
up, take care of it, bring it out. He needs to be supported. His voice needs to be heard. I'm a fan of yours
Yes,
today
sir.
too. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
so
So
there's
would you like
5
to
more
bless us?
I
songs.
appreciate that. Bless.
Hold
There's
on,
5 more songs.
would you like to bless us with one more song, sir?
Well, before he blesses with one more
Yeah, she
song,
cut you off. She's like, before let's let him bless us.
before he blesses with one more song, I need him to finish explaining his album, and then he's going to bless us with the song, because there's 5 more songs, and his album actually tells a story. Correct, Jovan? I think we froze him. Oh, there we go. Okay, your album actually tells a song. So can you explain the next song of
Tell the
Fascinated?
story.
Yeah, the song tells a story. So Fascinated.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's about
Fascinated was
Fascinated?
that was a
Tell us
fun one for
about
me to record. I
Fascinated.
enjoyed that one.
I
So
don't
what
think he
happened
heard
with
you, sis.
Fascinated?
Oh,
Did I lose him again? I'm not sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
So tell us
I
about your
don't think he
song
heard you.
Fascinated.
Okay.
How did that come to be? Did we lose him? Okay.
Fascinated was also done by my cousin Chaney. Um, when I first heard it, because I can't just do as much as I love ballads. I want to do up tempo songs. So my cousin Kenny, he sent me Fascinated around the same time he sent I Breathe Your Love. And when I heard Fascinated, I kind of got that, Latin, had that Latin flavor to it. And I'm like, oh wow, it's a sexy song, it's very smooth. I can just picture two people, just dancing, rumba, the tango, just a dance that involves, two people just moving as one, one person goes this way, the other person, swift and pulls them right over here. That is a love affair. That's physical. How it sounds to me. and it's, it's just about, being just fascinated with how, a person looks, how they taste, just the feeling that you get after you're with them, for however amount of time you are, and you're intoxicated by them. They you just can't think or speak or utter a word, because this person just has you so fascinated that you want more and more of them. And each time you have them, you become even more fascinated with them to a point where it's a lovely obsession.
Fascination. You said taste them, huh? Shauna, has that ever happened to you? Did you ever was fascinated where you wanted to taste somebody? Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind.
I think it was the whispers.
Keep it
No, I think it was
PG,
the
keep it
whispers.
PG.
I think it was the whispers that talked about tasting. And the
Okay.
other one that said they want to
Yeah.
wet
Well,
their
taste.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about wetting the feet, okay? We talked about that.
Yeah.
But he said
Well,
a
tasting them could
song
be
where you
through a
the
taste.
look, the taste, just that whole being. And I've been in a situation where sir, I kind of had fascination myself. I wanted to taste, not even that I wanted to taste, I wanted to make sandwiches. I wanted to bottle the cologne. I wanted to do everything, the perfume, everything. So I've been there before. I've been there before. So I can feel you on that. Shona, don't put your hand over your face. Don't you dare. Don't you
So
dare.
the next song, Every
There
Day.
you go.
Now,
See how
I
she
like
changed
that
it
one.
around?
I like that one. I like Fascinated too, but I like Every Day too. So tell us about Every Day.
uh, every day, every day is it's a laid back, kind of has that neo soul feel to it. Um, every day just paints a picture of just two people just being out on a nice walk on in beautiful weather, just enjoying each other's company, and having that feeling that people get when it's night, when it's beautiful weather out. They feel, a burst of happiness, just zen, just calm. And every day is just about taking those moments like that and just being able to have them with someone you love, and being able to feed off of the the happiness of that person you're with, and saying, I want this feeling every day. I'm gonna love you every day, every way, and no matter what, I just want to just love you no matter what, every day, no matter what happens every day. I just want to be able to say that I, love you and am loving you, and you're doing the same for me. You know, it's a feel good song.
Are you
Yeah.
okay, sis? Are you okay?
And love you
Are
right.
you okay?
What about
Are
Love
you
You Right,
okay? Hold on. Are you okay? Because she's sitting there
Jovan?
saying like,
Jovan. Love You Right.
look at her. Look at her.
Jovan. Love You Right. Go ahead. Tell us
Look
about
at
Love
it.
You
Don't
Right.
be careful answer that question. She like, love you, Jovan.
um,
I'm about to
okay,
mute your
love you.
microphone, so keep it up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jovan. The next one.
Love you right. We've all been there. We've all had a relationship that went south. Um, not saying whose fault it was or anything like that, but just holding ourselves accountable for why a relationship went wrong. And Love You Right just paints a picture of what person, um, what goes through the mind of a person who regrets their actions that led to a decline of a relationship, and how they would do it all over again if they can. And knowing that they won't do that, because some people are lucky. They're not able to have that one person that everything went wrong and we can do it all over again. Some people are not so fortunate, and have to just accept a break, how it was and what it is and what it will always be. Every now and then you had that thought, like, what if things were different? What if I did what if I didn't do what I did, or what if he or she didn't do what they did? It's just kind of like, just a song about not not regretful, but it's the song that's, let's just play around with this thought that if things were different, what would be differently? Yeah.
We
And
all
That
we
had to be
all
one of my favorite songs before.
and
I could relate to a song something like that. We all been through something like that. Wish we shoulda, coulda, woulda. What if I did this? What if I did that? Definitely, sis.
Keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's those shoulda, coulda, wouldas that will. And even I find myself doing it. It's like, taking the trip down there, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's like I try not to get too hung up on it, or too, I try not to drown in shoulda, coulda, wouldas, even though
Right.
sometimes it's hard because you think so
True.
clearly,
True.
and it's like, oh man, that's what all I had to do was just that. It's like,
Yep.
and
Yep.
but you have to say, you know what, it happened the way it happened. You gotta just leave it alone, and that's
Gotta let it go.
that shows a
Gotta let
person
it
who
go.
has accepted what has happened and can move on.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And what about your next song called The
Yeah. Some
Keeper?
things are painful to let go.
You
Look,
never.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
I keep moving on from that song, right?
Yeah, that's
I
right. She
keep
kept saying
going,
the keeper, the keeper, the keeper.
yeah, because that shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm not a fan. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not a
Yeah.
fan. I just believe in not shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but I'm in a fan. I'm sitting on the it happened for a reason, and it had to happen for a lesson, whether it was a lesson that turned
Yeah.
into a blessing. So I don't sit
Yeah.
with the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I mean, I used to, but
Yeah.
I come to the point that the only thing it did was if I would have, it probably would just took me around the other way with the same destination in. Or if I could have, it would have took me straight through, and I still would have had the same destination in. So shoulda, woulda, coulda. I just don't. I
Yeah.
believe that it had to happen for whatever reason, and we okay with it. So just move it on.
You know
Take
what?
what you learned from it and call it a day.
You know what? Bravo to what you just said. So with that being said, me and you need to write a letter to TV1 and tell them to take off Fatal Attraction and For My Man, because they need to get rid of them shows, and Snap, because there are a lot of people that woulda, shoulda, coulda, and get to a point where they shoulda, woulda, coulda. Well, if I can't have you, nobody else can. So let's write that letter to TV1 and tell them to get rid of that. Next show, next song, sir.
Keeper. That's the next song. It's
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
Keeper.
We need to get rid of
Yeah.
those
Keeper.
shoes.
Keeper.
That's you, Shauna. That's you, sis.
Oh,
You
yeah.
a
No, he's
keeper.
going to
Yeah.
tell you about the keeper. He's going to tell you about
Keeper.
the keeper. Go ahead,
That's you,
Jovan.
sis.
Tell him about the keeper.
That's you.
Yeah, but no, I was just getting ready to say, the coulda, wouldas will lead you down that path, and that's when you have to say, got back up a little bit. It's enough of them. I have to find myself doing it too. It's like, don't become so engulfed in what was in the past. Focus on the present
Mm.
and the future. And what most people need to appreciate, especially in the present, is when they have someone that is a keeper. You know, when you have someone who just um, they love you how you deserve to be loved. And sometimes you have some people who have a partner who loves them in a way that they deserve to be loved, but they just have never experienced that before. So,
Mm.
sometimes that may arise, fear within a person, mistrust, and and I've actually heard some people ask themselves, like, why me? Why is this person, doing all this for me? Why are they showing me this kind of love? I never had this before. If you never had it
Mhm.
before, just embrace it. As long as it's not hurting you, just embrace it. And you don't have to question it. You know, the day you have to question it is when that person stops loving you that way. And
Mm.
when you have someone who is a keeper, you got to do everything you can, hold on to them and not let them stray. Because what one man won't appreciate, another one will, and vice versa for women. So it's very important that if you have someone who's a keeper, hold on to them, because you want them on your team, and you want them as your main support system. So that song is just about talking about how somebody is a keeper, and I'm gonna sweep you off your feet. I'm gonna do whatever I can to keep you, and I hope you do the same for me. So that is yeah, that is especially another one of my favorites.
You
And the
know, with
last
the one with
one,
keeper, I'm gonna get on that when you finish the last one.
go ahead about the keeper. Go ahead.
Um, some you had said, Mr.
uh,
Chaney, you said that the song basically is about people that they have someone and they're dealing with someone who's being exceptional, showing them what love really is. And usually they're not used to that.
yeah,
I think that, and it's only just my opinion, I'm gonna take my sister's tagline, it's only my opinion. Maybe because a lot of people have been in broken relationships that they've seen the bad, thinking that was the good, and when they finally get the good, they don't know how to embrace it. I agree with that because there's a lot of
right,
people out there, and I've experienced, been through relationships where I do what I have to do, and I do it because the person I am. But then it's like I never had nobody do that for me before. To me, I'm like, huh? That's what a person who's down for you supposed to do. But a lot of people, that's why they say you always gotta pay attention to people's past about where they came from and how they got to this point. Because a lot of people don't understand what you're saying in that song, don't understand a relationship, it's just a situation like that, and it's just tragic that a lot of people, like I said, they get a person who's good, they throw them away because they're not used to that person treating them good. And then someone who's bad, they just embrace it.
yeah,
So a song like Keeper needs to be played. It needs to be brought to the
yeah.
mainstream. It does. It does. It does. Your last song. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry. I just had to spit that out.
You
She
good.
put her
You good.
what she put her hands up? Oh my God. Let me clap first.
Yeah,
Because what my sister would do, she'll put on emoji and stuff like that. But you were just telling me about that song, and like I said, that I feel that because, like I said, I've been through that myself. Why are you doing this for me? Why am I so special? What do you mean? Why are you so special? I'm doing it because I'm with you. I'm down with you.
I
So the
really
last
won't.
yeah,
song,
yeah.
Before you
That's
go there, I wouldn't really say that. I would say because it's been done so long and it's been repetitive to the point where you're like, to see it or to get a fresh one come along and really love you the right way, you'd be like, what's the catch? Or when
mm,
is the
there
shoe
you
going to
go.
drop? When is that shoe
right.
going to drop?
Yeah,
Because
You're
you're so
cautious
used to not being in a situation where you're actually being loved the way you've always wanted to be loved. So you think it's a catch 2020.
a
And
game.
then
yeah,
you don't, it's not that, well, why me? Like, I've always been, like, people say to me all the time, oh yeah, you're really
yeah,
attractive. I'm like, the eye of the beholder, because there's some people that look at me and be like, I don't see all of that. I don't see that. And then I look at them and I'm like, woo, they so out of my league, but yet they see me. Okay, what's the catch? When is it gonna fall? Or is this a temporary situation? No, you
yeah,
really can't stand me because it's been that way. And it's almost like what's going on now. You know, I'm gonna bring it right back. I promise. It was said today. Did we get any conversations from our white friends? And I raised my hand. I was like, I did. I've had some conversations. And he said he had a conversation with one of his white friends, and the statement was they couldn't understand what the problem was. They couldn't understand what we didn't see. And they couldn't understand from where their standpoint was and what we were trying to say. So I relate that to the situation when it comes to women. We've been so to the point where what we were doing, we thought was right. And for whatever reason, we thought it was right or how it was taught to us. The guy went and did about his way or however way. And we ended up in these toxic relationships. So when we finally get the right relationship, we don't know how to even accept it because it's been so long, so many years going off and on and in and throughout different relationships and family members. So we like, there's no way I can, not me, like how almost like how you said today, I won, I won,
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah,
yeah, you won. Like I dropped the CD in 2015, it's 2020, I won. I've been trying to find love for how many years? And
yeah,
finally,
yeah,
I found somebody. I won. How do I take that? How do I accept that? And I sit there like,
yeah,
all right, the shoe gonna drop soon. So that's where that's how us females, well, I can't say us females, I'll speak for self. That's where I've been. Where I'm like, you know what?
yeah, yeah,
This is just too good to be true. So
Well, we guys think about women like that too.
yeah,
Goes both ways.
that's true.
yeah.
So
That's
change
why
your mind probably would
in
answer that
turning
question,
30.
right?
What?
So his last song, Change Your Mind, may answer that question, right?
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Does those two work
Yeah,
hand in hand?
yeah. Change your mind. Um, that was uh, that was very personal for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. All the songs I applied uh, to myself in some way somehow, but change your mind was really the the gut wrenching ballad for me. I had to dig in deep for that one because not that I didn't dig in deep with the other songs, but this one was especially gut wrenching for me because I've experienced relationships in which you know somebody had to leave, whether it's myself or whether it's the other person, and it was kind of like what's going on? Talk to me. What's the problem? Um, do you really have to go? I mean, can we work this out? Can things change? And sometimes what I've especially learned recently is that we ask questions sometimes in those situations, but we're either going to not get the answer that we want or that we think we need, or we're not going to get an answer at all. So you can ask a person to change their mind, change your mind, change your mind, change your mind. But, sometimes you have to let certain people go in order for them to continue on their journey and you to continue on yours. Because I especially look at the people in my life, and I look at it as a train ride, and I'm gonna have some people come on, and some people just okay, here's your stop, you know, the train has to keep moving, and sometimes we have we become attached to that certain someone that we never want to lose, but sometimes staying attached can do more damage than just letting go. And
Woo!
this song for me, this song for me, I've always been the one to ask, the person to change their mind. But after a while, just it becomes repetitive, and the person's dead set on where they want to go in their life, and I respect that. So it's just like okay, change your mind. You won't change your mind, okay, you know, I guess this relationship is going to have to be like the end of a movie. We fade to black, and the credits just roll, and that's the end of it. Yeah, but
Well, I tell
that
you
was
one thing.
a,
Go ahead.
You said the relationship is over and just let it go, correct? You
Well,
heard
yeah,
me?
yeah. If a relationship ends, then okay, I guess this is what happened. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong in trying to salvage it, but salvage it if it's salvageable, and you're not embarrassing yourself, or you're not, going against your own morals and values. But you'll know when a relationship is salvageable, and you'll know a relationship is long lasting. That's when you just have to fall on your knees, and ask God to send you a message. Ask God to help you with this decision, or ask God to help you through this relationship. Is it whatever direction you have it going in, Lord? Okay, I'll follow that direction with you.
and it's great
So
that
some
you
some
mentioned
things just
that.
when they court.
Yeah, you're right on point with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Remember the Manhattans, sis, had a song.
Mhm.
I was just it just popped in my head. The Manhattans had that song back in the day. Let's just kiss and just say goodbye. Remember that song?
I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
That,
like,
that,
Yeah,
man, I remember.
Manhattan's.
that was
I,
that wasn't a
that's
good,
what
that
I was
wasn't a good
thinking
idea.
about. I was thinking about that.
That wasn't a good idea either.
Oh, what, the kissing and saying goodbye?
Mm-mm. That's almost like, can I hit it one more time before I leave? You know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. Because after you kiss, what happens?
Well, I don't know about that, but
If she if
I'm gonna bring it to
if
Mr. Chaney.
listen. If she's like Usher, and like Usher said, she's a good kisser. Need I say more? All right. So
Well,
let's go back down to
Mr. Chaney, you're a good singer, and would you like to bless us with another song from your
yes, sir.
CD? I want to hear the good singing.
Well,
We ain't gonna talk
actually,
about the kissers.
no, he actually has a song that he wants to do. I don't think it's from the album, right, Chaney? Jovan, it's not from the album, the song that you wanted to sing, right?
She said the song is not from the album.
I breathe your love.
No, the song that you said you wanted to sing, you had a song that you wanted to sing for us as well?
She said you had a song for us
Yeah,
to
well,
sing.
I got. Yeah, yeah. Well, that it was I breathe your love, and yeah, that's I sang a little bit of it earlier. I've just been doing a whole bunch of singing. I like this.
Oh, go
Listen,
ahead. You know what?
Yeah.
How
listen.
about you do the song that you sang for Adrian? Because Adrian said you sang at her wedding, correct?
Adrian Hampton,
Yes.
you sang
Yes,
at
I
a
did.
wedding.
Yeah, her and Mo. Yeah, I
What
did. Hey
song did you
y'all.
sing?
Yeah,
She said, "What
I
song
sang
did
When
you
a Woman
sing?"
Loves.
Okay, well, we can hear you
Well,
sing
When a
that.
Woman Loves. Yeah, I did that. I did that song.
Well,
Okay.
we can hear you do that.
Well, Valerie, and Anna, and Emmy, all that. Hold tight. Mr. Chaney about ready to blow your mind again. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Jovan Chaney. You have the microphone, sir.
Okay.
Blow it.
Um. Huh.
The floor is
Yeah.
yours, sir. Our mics
Okay.
are muted.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay. All right. This song I'll sing a little bit of it for you guys. It happens to be another show-stopping tune for me. It's by the OJ's. It's called Sunshine. Yeah. It goes like You're the sweetest thing I know. You dim the rainbow's glow. There's no power on this earth to separate us, baby. 'Cause you are my sunshine. And you're mine, all mine. Yeah. When it rained on my parade, you were there to light the way. You're rare as a rose in winter. You're more than I deserve. 'Cause you are, you brightened up my darkest days. Yeah, and you are, you're my sunshine. Oh my, yeah. Oh man, that song gets me every time I do it. I love that song.
I bet it do. I bet it do. So you got another one for us too?
I hope Eddie Levert, who's on my face, I hope he is tuning in tonight. I hope he's looking at this. Eddie Levert, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, Mr. Levert. I don't care. I'm calling him out.
Thank you.
Everybody else is looking at it. I'm calling you out, sir.
I love that song. It's one of my favorite OJ songs. After Backstabbers, I love Backstabbers too. Just the music in it. It's Philadelphia International. Oh man, whew. I'm telling
you. You know what? Leon Huff and Kenny Gamble, you got to take your hats off to them, because going back to what we talked about earlier about your style of music, I could see you being an artist in the old Philly International when it was in their heyday. I mean, oh God.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say before it slipped my mind, when we talked about earlier about our generation, we was growing up in the emergence of hip hop music. Even though we had hip hop emerging in the early '80s, we still had singers like Peabo Bryson. We still have Freddie Jackson.
Oh God, yeah.
We still had Luther Vandross. We had Tina Marie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had Howard Hewitt. We had all those guys with hip hop rising and R&B is here. That's why Miss Blue has said hip hop will never. Oh, excuse me, R&B will never die. She's correct. So, I mean, like I said, I can't say this more than enough. Keep up your good work. Please tell everybody where they can get your information at, because you have a voice that people need to hear. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
You have it, man. You got the talent. Let the world know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sis?
Thank you.
Well,
and thank you, sis. And hold on. And thank you, sis, for bringing this young artist to the No BS Duo show. Because, see, one thing I noticed about my sister and I, we see something and we want to bring it out so the world can see it. Because a lot of stuff that's out, people don't even know nothing about it. You understand? And coming to our show and putting your beautiful voice out there. I'm looking at these comments. These women about ready to have a damn conniption fit, but that's good. You know what I mean? And it's just a good thing. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
You know. And thank you, sis, for bringing this artist to the show. And
I can't take credit, because if it wasn't for Andrea, and if it wasn't for Jovan submitting his video, I can't say that I would have been able to reach him, even though we were only like maybe even chairs away at open mic, you know, at the Crab Tavern. So again, talking about,
Crab Tavern
yes,
up in
yes,
McDade Boulevard.
yes.
Okay.
So again, it just
Yep.
goes to show you, you don't know who you know. And for years, I've seen him, I've heard him, but it wasn't until the video and quarantine came to I actually was able to sit down and see and hear him. And, he has one of those voices where you don't even have to see him, you can still feel him. And that's how you know when you really got some raw talent on you, because it's not about what you look like that can buy the record or can get the record. Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you sisters saw, because see, tonight I'm working from a different computer. So I'm not able to do some of the things that I used to do because my computer is like limited that I'm working on. So you didn't really get a chance to see this brother's album cover. So to see his album cover, you'd be like, whoop, 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 whoop. Because he got that look, that Michael Jackson look like, come here, girl. So, and then, he got that lesson and that song that comes behind it. So I'm just glad and I'm so grateful to your mother and your father, because they were the ones
Thank,
who played that type of
thank
music
you.
as you were growing up. And as a result of them, you found passion and love. Like during our interview, you said your girlfriend was your music. Like love and mute the love you have for music is like the love of loving a woman. And I was like, what's this old soul know about that? And then that's when you talked about your teachers and the lessons of the people who taught you about music. And they're right. Because if you don't have love for music, you won't be able to catch the message.
Yeah,
You'll just hear the beat.
Sound like
But
Ray
yeah,
Charles.
yeah.
Ray Charles said that.
your whole album tells a whole love story, and it's a very, and that's why I really wanted you to break it down, because very seldom do we get the opportunity to understand the reason behind the song or how a song was created, to understand what the artist was really saying. um Interesting moment I had today with my son. A song was played, and I was like, oh, so that's what they was really saying. And so he went to go look at the lyrics of the song, and he was like, no, mom, that's not it at all. And I had to laugh because I was like, I'm doing the same thing that I taught him, and he's picking it up. That you got to research. You can't just go by the title, because if you go by the title and not open up the song, you may not get the true reading of what the song is really about.
Yeah,
So your whole album that
yeah,
was written
yeah.
in 2015, called I Breathe Your Love. Like I said, everybody, you can go and you can find him on all musical platforms. You can go to Apple, Google Plus, download it. And I'll say it over and over again. Even if you give $1 and it's 3,000 views, you just paid a bill for an entertainer that's not working. And he came straight home from work to entertain us tonight. So I appreciate you, Mr. UPS brother. He's the one that goes and drop your mail off. So boo boo, be careful when you see him dropping your mail off. That UPS truck. Be careful, and you be careful, my brother, because
I will.
now that they see you, I believe she wrote, "And those lips." She loved your lips.
I saw.
She loved your lips.
I saw.
I nearly passed out when I saw her right there. I was like, but you know who also got that problem? Raheem Devon. Women chase his lips all day long. And I'd be like, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. But y'all passion for the way y'all sing y'all songs is just magnetic. So you keep pushing, you keep writing, and just know that when you wrote this song, You may not have known it then that you was writing it for somebody who need it now. So thank you for having patience.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having patience because my motto is standing on your brand. I always tell everybody, stand on your brand. Whatever your brand is, stand on it. But while you're standing on it, be patient and wait. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, be patient. 5 years is a long time to wait. But you're about to reap. You're about to reap the profit. You're about to reap. You're about to reap. And
Thank you.
so,
I appreciate
yeah, hey, we appreciate you. So if y'all notice, I threw the line up just in case some of y'all wanted to talk to Jovan and give him some love or love up on him or ask him a question that we didn't ask or say something. You have the opportunity to call on the line. The lines are open, and you can put in the ID number and the hashtag twice. There's no password. It'll bring you straight in, and you can talk to Mr. Jovan before we end the show. But did you have one other song that you wanted to sing for us?
I think I'll give my voice a break for a little bit.
I really wish that I could pull that video up. Y'all just don't understand. That video is seductive. Like, I was trying to set up the studio so the lighting could be right. I was so distracted. I really could not get it together at all because the brother was singing and he was doing his eyes and he was doing his slide. I like, seriously, you really doing this to me right now? And I'm standing on my chair and I'm looking back like I just knew I was going to do a backflip because I just couldn't concentrate. I'm like, all right, I better turn this video off before I hurt myself. But yes.
Mr. Chaney, I just want to say thank you for you had shared my post today. I did the one about what you're going to do on Saturday, and I had a picture of me and my sister. The call to action, and you shared my post. So thank you.
Oh, talking about sharing
You're welcome.
posts.
Thank you. I appreciate.
I know you saw it. Like, okay, who is this? Okay, all right, and thank you for that. I like to be a little wordy, but I get the point across.
Talking about that.
It's good.
I wanted
Guys,
to let you guys know.
You took the time to promote, help me out, and I appreciate that. I do.
And talking about promoting,
I really
so
do.
some of
Thank you
you,
so much.
we really appreciate you. And talking about promoting, some of you guys are may not have known, but this is not going to be the last time you will see Mr. Jovan because Jovan is going to have his own showcase. And he's going to have his own showcase and is going to be a part of nights like this. I wish nights at the park where there won't be no interview. It'll be straight performance. And it would be the benefit product of Mr. Jovan. So you stay tuned for his performance. And my motto. My motto is if you see an entertainer, because some entertainers are not working, and it's not easy to promote music when it's not on the radio, love up on your entertainers. And y'all know how to love up on them. So when you see that thing that has them $2 signs in the front with the name something on the front with the app at the end, show some love so they can know and so they can you can show them that you appreciate what they're doing and entertaining you because after all that is their occupation. I'm really still trying to hurry up and get this video up here, y'all, because if I get this video up here for y'all, I promise y'all gonna love me forever. Y'all gonna love me. I'm trying to tell y'all gonna love me. This doggone computer that I got right now that I'm working with, it ain't playing fair. So give me just a few more minutes, a couple of more seconds. Will, is there anything you want to say before I find this video?
I think I pretty much said everything tonight. Like I said, Mr. Chaney, just keep up the good work. I'm glad that you are an artist that's taking a traditional road because, like I said, I'm a music lover, so I like to hear music that makes me think and music that talks to in here as well. I think we're out of the era of the big button, a smile era. I think that's done and over with. I think that's we're done with the little Bopsy, little Boopsy, little Wayne-ish. I think that's all starting to slowly fade away. A lot of people may not think it is, but it is. And real music is starting to come back. And I just want to say thank you for blessing us, coming here tonight out of your time and sharing your craft with us and just doing what you're doing. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
So I have the video up.
Thank you so
Hold
much.
on.
I appreciate
Hold
you guys
on.
as well.
You have the video?
Wait a minute. I think y'all gonna love me.
This is
Think you're
Jovan.
gonna love me. But in
This
the
is why I drink, okay? This is why I drink. Let me show you what I drink.
don't blame that on me. Lord have mercy, God.
Sutter Homes.
Yeah. Oh
This
yeah.
is
Yeah.
very good. This is very good.
Yeah. Well, I hope
I'm
everybody who
waiting,
sees the
sister.
video enjoys it.
Huh?
I said I hope everybody who views the video enjoys it. I had a great time making it. It was shot by an exceptional photographer and videographer. His name is Jesse Key. Rest in peace. But I had so much fun that day on the set, and
What's going on?
he because at first it wasn't supposed to be a music. Say it again.
No, I was looking at my sister. I think she froze, but go ahead, as you were saying.
Yeah, at first it wasn't supposed to be a music video. It was just supposed to be a photo shoot for the CD. And
Okay.
I got a call from I got a call from Jesse, and he said, "Have you ever made a music video before?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, do you have a song you can use that we can do a video for?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I have one I can do a music video for." So I picked "I Breathe Your Love," and as I'm doing, the filming and he's taking pictures, um, uh, he just, I thought I just had to lip sync while he's filming, and he said, "No, I want you to sing it." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Yeah, just sing it," and because you'll feel it more if you sing it rather than lip sync it. So I said,
That is
"Okay."
true. That is
So
true.
we did about 3 takes, and they all were just natural. I didn't feel I felt at ease doing it because he knew how to photograph me, and I just knew how to feel the song and play to the camera. It was one of the highlights of my life so far. I loved it. I had so much fun when I did that.
Well,
I really did. Yeah, yeah.
when I came on earlier and I told you that, like I said, I do my research and I seen the rendition that you did uh When a Woman Loves and
Yeah.
how I heard the women in the background. You did the video in black and white, correct? 'Cause in black and white?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that was at
where was that at? Where did you film it
it was
at?
at oh we filmed it at it's right in South Philly. I forget the name of that church. It's a church where they were holding the contest there. Um, I, as soon as I get done talking with you guys, I'll remember it, and then I'll text Sean and say it was gone. But it
Right,
was
right, right,
for
right, 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 right.
it was for a contest. My cousin, he filmed it. He chose to shoot it in black and white because he wanted to give it that classic vintage look. And
I got you.
yeah, that was actually my first time singing it. That was my very first time
Okay.
singing it, and I've been singing it ever since.
That bit, I looked at it today, and I listened to the acoustics also. I heard the women screaming real
Yeah.
loud for you. I heard that.
Yeah, I had so much fun that night.
Okay, okay. That's why, I mean, like I said, I've been saying it all night that artists that's on the independent movement, I appreciate that more because I know everybody always chases that dream about wanting to get signed with a major label and all that stuff like that. And me and you know, the mentality of a label is they like this. It's like putty. They throw it up against the wall and see if it sticks. If it sticks, they'll go
Yeah,
with it. If it don't, then they don't use it. And a lot of artists, I mean, that they threw against the wall that unfortunately didn't stick, turn out to be the ones later on down the road was the ones that stuck. So I mean, like I said, I mean myself with music, I was telling my sister we had a conversation the other day when I used to intern at a record company that used to be in Philadelphia called, I don't know if you heard of this, Rough House Records. You heard of them? Rough House Records
oh yeah, yeah,
with Cypress Hill and
yeah,
all that. I worked my job
yeah.
when I
I've
was in
heard.
college. My job when I was in college was to, well, after, because I used to go to Temple. So what I used to do after classes, I used to go to Rough House Records. And I worked with an A&R person.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say her name because she's big now. But her job was for me to listen to all the all the tapes and CDs and write a report of what I think about them. So I'm like,
yeah,
I'm listening. That's all I did. I'm writing. This is trash. This is good. Okay, I like this one. I like this one. And she would be like, okay, the artist, because it was so close, like Fourth and Spring Garden, like the artist will come up, a group would come up like, did you get my demo? Did you get my demo? She would sit and look right at them and say, oh yes, I got your demo. It's good. Just need a little bit work on it. And I used to look at them like, wait a minute, you threw her their stuff in the trash. You know what I mean? And I used to take
yeah, yeah.
like the ones that she rejected, and I passed it on to a buddy, which that when I was going to college, I don't know if you heard of him, but he's Kobe Cole. Have you heard of him? He used to be on Power 99. Kobe Cole, the Hot Boys.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Kobe
heard him.
Cole
Yeah,
used to be at Temple at the same time I was, and we had a couple classes together, and I knew
right.
who he was and stuff like that. So I used to just try and be his friend, like, yo, could you listen to
Right.
the CD? Couple groups, they made it, because of his promotion and stuff like that. But it's just getting back to what I'm saying about record companies. Record companies then and record companies now, they always been about the bottom dollar, and real talent, they kind of like compromise it. But like I said, I'm glad so many artists are coming up being independent. I mean, you got Spotify, you got Apple, you got all these the systems out there for you artists that y'all can continue to promote yourselves and make an income. So I thank God that
Oh yeah,
whoever
absolutely.
that young guy that invented Napster, whoever he is, thank you. Because he opened up the whole door.
Yeah,
He opened up the door. You gotta keep it real. He opened up the door. I think my sister is trying to come back on
yeah.
with the system. I think she's trying to get that video up. So just bear with us. So
Okay,
anything you want to say, Mr. Chaney?
okay.
To the ladies out here just loving everything that you did tonight?
Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. And you can find me on Facebook, Jovan Chaney. First name Jovan is spelled Jovan. Last name Chaney is spelled Chaney. Send me a request, a message, and I will get back to you most definitely. And I'll also post those music links so where you can find my EP, I Breathe Your Love on. And thank you for your support, your wonderful comments. And yeah, I'll be going to bed, a happy person tonight because this was a wonderful experience. And I love, love, love what you guys are doing. I really do. I really do.
We had an
This is a
artist.
great platform.
Thank you, thank you. It's funny. We started doing the No BS Duo show back like in what 2018, 17, around that time, and it was just
Yeah,
basically a conversation between me and my sister. We were just talking about life, love, and just everything in between. And we talked about music and all that stuff like that. And my sister knew I love music and all that. So she's like, you know what? We should have like a platform where we talk about life, love, music, just everything in general. So we expanded more on it, but we just talked. We really didn't bring it into fruition until COVID-19 happened. So my sister
yeah,
said, listen, we
right.
ain't got nothing to do. Let's, what we talked about, let's stop talking and let's just do. So this is where we are right now. And I mean, we've been doing this for about, I think in March, about 2 months, about 3 months. And we've had people like Jimmy Merchant. He was from Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. We had Chaney Monet. She's a writer. One of our hosts, Kim Wilson. She's a writer director. We've had a lot of people just in a short time, and including
Yeah.
yourself, just come through these doors and have been blessing us, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you say thank you to us, but I mean, we say thank you to y'all for just being who y'all are. And I'm just keeping it real
I
with you.
appreciate that.
I think my
Okay.
sister's back. I just seen the screen. You're back,
So
sister.
so
I was just
his
talking to Mr. Chaney. We talked good. Talking to Mr. Chaney. So go ahead.
so his video was so hot that it blew my circuit. So y'all gonna have to go to the No BS
Oh
Duo show
wow.
page, and when you go to the No BS Duo show page, we will re-present his CD and his video, which you can also find on YouTube, along with other songs that he sang and other shows that he's done. And because you have your own YouTube page, correct?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate being on here. Like I said, a wonderful platform you guys have. I enjoy myself every minute of it. Thank you so much for having me on here. I appreciate it. I really do.
Again, thank you for accepting and congratulations. So, people, again, this is Mr. Jovan Chaney, and you can find his
Thank
CD called I Breathe Your Love. And you can also find it on YouTube, I Breathe Your Love. But we will also be premiering his video again because, again, I'm using a different computer system. And it's different from the one I normally use. So I'm using a backup right now. But as a result, his CD was so hot till it just it closed my whole system. I couldn't get the computer to come back on. I was like, okay. So
You know what?
so
You know
again,
what? You know what? When I think you said Mr. Jovan's going to be on the nights like this. He's going to be
yes,
performing on that.
yes.
So nights like this in 2021, when they open up the world again, so called, when you do live performances, you definitely got to come on here and let us know where you're going to be at. Because with the fan base we got, you definitely going wherever club facility you're going to be at, you definitely going to support us at the No BS Duo show right there. And you going to know they from the No BS show. Like, oh, I saw you on TV. And you're going to love that.
So just to let y'all know just how
I,
big
I'm
Mr. Brotherman
I'm
is,
down for it. I love it.
just so y'all know, and some of y'all may not know, so just in case y'all think y'all know right now, this is the same brother that opened up for Maze when Maze was at the Dell.
Joy and pain. Joy and pain. It's
Why
like
does it,
sunshine and rain.
why does it have to be joy and pain? Why can't it just be we are one?
Okay, we are one. What about I'm not a singer, but you know the song Beyonce did. You know the one about What's that song Beyonce did with me? She
I
did a
don't know
remake.
because right now I don't know because right now you're not making me happy.
Wait a minute.
I just told him and he's still asking for it. See what I'm saying? And he talking
Now
about something. That's
I'm
why he
thinking.
drank. And he talking about that's why he drank. Now y'all all know. So again, thank you for coming on the show, dear. And we want to thank all of you guys for tuning in on the show. So is there any final
Something about
remarks?
letting go. Something about letting go. Something about letting go until I let go. Something like that. There you go.
Did I not tell him the song?
I mean, it just popped in my head.
On that note,
Thank you,
y'all,
Chaney.
the
Thank
song
you.
can't pop in your head if I already told you what the song. All right, y'all. So again, thank you for listening and tuning in to another, the No BS Duo show where the B, a part of the S, always, got his
The
little thing
duo.
going on. And
The
again,
duo.
we want to thank the wonderful Mr. War Cry Baby. Jovan, again, thank you so much for giving us your time, performing for us, breathing on us, and explaining the message behind the music. So now, when they hear your song, they can remember, aha, he did say that. He said that. Oh, he did say that too.
Mr. Jovan, remember what I said. Down the road, you are going to be. That's you. That's you. I see it.
Thank you. I won't forget that. Thank you.
Yes, it's time to go. Because Will is flying, y'all.
Thank you.
So again, we hate to leave you, but we really must say, you know what we say?
Yeah.
You just mad. You just mad.